It's a Christmas movie.
It is.
Right.
And
Well, we were watching Elf and then we paused it. Yeah. We were watching Elf and then we paused it to put kids' presents together, and now we're listening to Dean Martin. So
that's good. What was it? I saw something like different on Facebook, and it was something about the difference between millennial Christmas and other Christmas, and it's like Gen X. I think you posted it, Holly, was like Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
That was me. It was the baby boomers, people need to quit being so sensitive. Millennials, we need to care more about other people. Gen X is Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I have seen the whole movie numerous times.
Whoa.
Yeah, I have seen Die Hard.
We did talk about Die Hard. Oh, Chris is coming in.
Ho, ho, ho. Now I have a machine gun.
What?
This is one of his lines that he likes.
Keep me warm. That's what Dean Martin says.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart's on fire.
I am in Charleston, South Carolina, as we discussed. And right today, we're here for Christmas. So we're running around because Santa is making it to Charleston. So
I'm so jealous of the food that you're going to eat, by the way, that I feel like you should maybe, we should maybe videotape you like eating shrimp.
Eating
you don't eat grits. You don't eat grits.
Oh, I will take a bite or two. Hey, did you tell your cousin that we were coming?
No, you know what? It's a great reason to text him tomorrow for Christmas.
There you go.
And remind him Merry Christmas. Hey, by the way.
Oh, by the way, our good friends are there. You should,
Well, I thought about it and then I completely forgot about it. I was telling JJ, I was like, I really need to text them when we talked about it, and then I completely forgot. So
it happens. It happens a lot. Well, we are drinking a Prosecco tonight, which
this is my favorite. Prosecco's mine.
You know the swillbillies that are on this little video. You know that Prosecco is one of our favorite drinks, and we drink it in volume during the summer at Holly's pool. What we lovingly refer to.
We call it Prosecco Pool Days.
Yes. So and
because you don't want to just say it's Sunday Fun Day, because it is a Saturday and or Sunday.
Just a Prosecco. It's called the Prosecco Pool Day. So that could be any day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're not discriminating
weekend,
or you can do it both days.
Yeah, which we've done numerous times. So. Yeah.
Now Frank Sinatra's singing.
Oh, very good.
Christmas waltz. It's the Rat Pack.
So what's your favorite Christmas song?
I've got a lot of, just my favorite album is Christmas with the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
Period. Hands down. Christmas with the Rat Pack.
What's your favorite?
Am I supposed to be pouring? We're pouring, right?
Oh, sure. What's your favorite Christmas song, though?
Oh, that's I think my favorite one's probably Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Yeah. We were having this discussion on the ride to my parents' house, because like Chris we have very different taste in Christmas music. So he tends towards like the Andy Williams, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year kind of thing, to some of the like he likes the Paul McCartney and John Lennon Christmas.
No, I'm definitely the traditional,
I'm Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. So
Bing Crosby, White Christmas.
Bing Crosby. Those are all fabulous ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. Andy Williams is fantastic. I was telling him that like my Christmas favorites are things that are a little more not like non-traditional, but things like Little Drummer Boy or Carol of the Bells, something that isn't just like a boisterous, happy Christmas song.
Which Andy
Do you know what, actually, like when we were at Garvin the other night,
yeah,
the singing tree,
yeah,
whoever was singing "O Come Emmanuel"
Yeah.
at that tree brought a tear to my eye.
Oh, that
was-
lady's voice.
I don't know who that was, but it was like that. This holy
Yeah.
"O Come Emmanuel." I just was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is
No.
so. I mean, I loved it.
I love
I'm
it.
very traditional when it comes to Christmas music.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Stephanie, you know, my goal would be, because you know I've sang my entire life, and you know I go through different phases where, like I want to get back into it and want to get kind of trained again. But I was saying that talking about Christmas services this year, that I felt a little lacking because we went to church on Sunday and they sang like a Christmas song, and everything else was a little bit more on the modern flair. But I was saying, like, I would love at some point to get like a 4-person or a 5-person choir or something, and do like an a cappella version of "God Rest You Merry Gentlemen" or something fun like that.
Yeah.
And
Pause.
oh yeah, pause.
Okay. Okay. Are we trying? Okay.
So we were talking about Christmas carols and stuff, and yeah, so that is one thing that I remember as growing up, that we didn't have a lot of money because my dad was a fireman and my mom just worked for the state. And I mean, my mom was that family that you adopt at Christmas growing up that had no money. And so for them to get to where they were was, a feat. But, we had a fabulous Christmas, but
Yeah.
we, our traditions were more of actions as opposed to, things. And so like our family tradition was actually to drive around and look at Christmas lights. And especially
We did that too.
since my dad worked as a firefighter, there were a lot of times where he was at the station. He was working either on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And so sometimes it was just my mom and me and my sister, and just driving around for hours looking at Christmas lights. And I
He
love.
probably knew where all the good ones were too.
Oh yeah, and we had the Christmas music playing, so that's what I remember. Like,
And there was actually one year when we were in college that the older cousins, we all dressed up and rented a limo,
go ahead and try to get.
and with our dates went around and looked at Christmas lights.
Super.
It was fun.
Fancy.
Yeah.
What?
That's kind of fancy.
I know.
Yeah, it was nice. It was just like, because we just did it all the time when we were kids, and we were really close. Like we're still close, like our the older cousins.
Yeah.
And we just decided, there were 6 of us, and we decided, well, let's go together and be fancy.
I don't remember. I mean, I remember some gifts, but I don't remember opening gifts as being the part of Christmas that I remember. I remember getting in the car and driving around and seeing lights,
So awesome.
and like
We did that too.
tuning the radio station to see where we could find the Christmas station, and
Or watching the movies. Our favorite movie was always White Christmas. I told Scott today, I was like, when we were driving back after church, I was like, okay, I have to watch White Christmas either tonight or tomorrow, because my sister and I would always do the sisters, there were never such about sisters. So that's how.
Mine was The Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
Easy Christmas, but mine was The Sound of Music every night for like 2 weeks. And then I actually, my dad, we had a record player, so we listened to Nat King Cole and Frank Sinatra and Ben Crosby and Andy Williams, all via record, and the Christmas albums. And so what I remember the most was listening to that music, falling asleep on the couch waiting for Santa with my dad. And I'm sure my mom was like,
go to sleep.
Bed. Right.
Go back
"Don't
to
even
sleep.
go to bed," right? But that's all I remember. Like, I mean, it was just like he and I, my mom, I don't know what she was doing. She was probably cleaning, and because he and I were like having our moment,
Yeah.
listening to the old
The music.
Well, Dean Martin is now singing "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Oh, that's good.
Okay, have you tried it?
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, it's good.
I was just gonna let my shirt be seen today. So my mother got me this, which I think
I'm
is
dreaming of a wine Christmas.
yeah. So yeah.
I will say this is not my favorite Prosecco.
This is definitely the sweetest Prosecco I've ever had. And it doesn't have many bubbles.
No, there's not a lot of there's not a lot of effervescence.
Yeah.
No
That's
effort.
actually my wine fact for today. Is
Yep.
talking about the bubbles. So the Prosecco grape, right, is what they use in Prosecco, as opposed to the champagne bottlings, which is predominantly like a Chardonnay or a Pinot Noir grape. But the Prosecco bubbles, like the way that they do this, so you always think of Prosecco as being almost like a value kind of sparkling, I think, and part of it is that the pressure that you're under. So like a beer is under 1.5 atmospheres of pressure, and a Prosecco is 3 atmospheres of pressure, whereas a champagne is 5 to 6. And so that's why the Prosecco tends to have fewer bubbles than like a champagne.
Well, this is more like, this definitely tastes like it's like Riesling grapes. Like, I know
Yeah,
that's
it's
feeling,
not
but
like it doesn't taste like a Prosecco to me.
Well,
it's like Riesling.
delicate aromas of brioche, hazelnut, and apple lead to a crisp, refreshing palate, lovely on its own, with nibbles or light dishes served chilled. With nibbles.
Nibbles.
That is the word of the day.
You know what? That's what
gonna
Gabby
take
calls nipples. Nibbles.
So,
Mommy, I need to cover my nibbles.
but I think this is interesting how they described it, a delicate aroma of brioche, like brioche bread.
And I will say that
The aroma of brioche bread? What?
I don't know. And I'll say, like some of the taste profiles, the difference between like a Prosecco and a champagne. So, a champagne is supposed to be more like citrus and almond and that kind of stuff. Whereas the Prosecco is supposed to be more like green apple and pear and honeysuckle, honeydew kind of thing. So, and there's different levels, and you were talking about this is the sweetest that you found. So the different levels of brut in Prosecco. So they have, what was I going to tell you? That I found this nice little guy.
Well, no, but it says this one is extra dry, and I'm going to say that's
Right.
absolutely not.
So interestingly, yeah. So if it says extra dry, oh, perfect. Okay. So the levels in Prosecco, they go dry, extra dry, and brut. So if it just said dry, it has up to 1 gram of sugar per glass. So extra dry is just over 0.5 gram of sugar per glass, but a brut is up to 0.5 gram, so mostly less than 0.5 gram. So we probably tend towards brut.
I don't think this tastes like a Prosecco.
It tastes like sparkling Riesling to me.
I don't dislike it, but I don't think it tastes like a Prosecco.
Well, and I would feel like most of the ones that we've had have all been brut. So because we don't tend to like the sort of the sweet stuff. So, or at least when it comes to Prosecco.
Well, no. So I
I am disappointed because Prosecco is probably my favorite, and
having some sort of art.
Not a way to end the advent calendar. Is that what you're saying?
no, I was excited that it was the last one and it doesn't taste like a Prosecco.
Well,
Whatever.
Yep. And
I've got some.
I do think it's fun that we started with bubbles and we ended with bubbles, though. That was fun.
And I can see why they probably wanted to end with something sparkling for.
It's kind of like Gabby's advent calendar. It's a Harry Potter calendar.
Yeah.
She got 2 Harrys. Started with Harry. Her last one was a Harry. She got 2 Harrys. Isn't that weird?
The same Harry?
No, one was Harry from. So all the characters were from the Goblet of Fire. They were all from 4. So they were all in their dressed up, the dresses. So the first one she got was his dress robes. The second one, he was not in his dress robes. I don't know what he was wearing. It was something different, but 2 Harrys. There you go. Just comparison.
Yeah, that is. I just
It's the same.
and I got reprimanded.
This is not a fun way to end, except we have a lot of fun to look forward to tomorrow.
I mean, we did 24 of these. So, I mean, I say, even though there wasn't the best wine, it at least was a challenge.
It was a challenge. It was super fun.
I
You know,
agree.
kind of like our fitness challenge that didn't happen in December because we were doing a challenge of drinking wine every night.
Wine every
Yeah,
night.
we didn't do our challenge in December.
January needs to get back on to fitness challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just need a rest.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Not sure I'm resting much. I've been drinking a lot, not
I
resting.
agree. And I've just been, I mean, I agree with you. It's been, this
Yeah.
has been a whirlwind. Oh,
Eating and drinking a lot.
yeah, that's okay. We'll get back on the horse.
Yeah.
We'll get back to the horse. We'll look at
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, I had a lot of nibbles tonight that were really yummy. I made a really awesome cheese tray and veggies. A lot of nibbles. A lot of nibbles. A lot of people enjoyed the nibbles.
Perhaps you should have had some Prosecco with said nibbles.
I had some my rosé wine that wasn't really great, but I had it.
Yeah.
Well, my day consisted of waking up at 8:30, putting in some laundry. Scott even took the dog out and fed the girls. I went back to bed, slept until 11:30.
So jealous.
Shower.
I know.
I mean, I felt like a new woman. I delivered
This
a
one
gift to
still-
Stephanie.
Still cuts deep.
I know.
And she does.
I mean, I'm so
I
jealous.
can't tell you the last time I've slept 8 hours.
Right.
And that was amazing.
Oh,
Delivered a present to Stephanie that
Yeah.
she needed. Came back home, sat for 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Went to church, went out to eat, came back home.
Where do you
We
go
did
out to eat on Christmas
French
Eve?
dust.
Where do you go to eat on Christmas Eve?
We went to Mama's Italy.
mm.
That's my new favorite place.
We had that catered for our Christmas party at the office.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, their bread. Okay, sorry, Jess.
their bread is good.
Holy
Good. It's good.
out of this world.
And then we came back home and we did some Grinch dust and put out cookies and milk and cornflakes because we didn't have any carrots for the reindeer, so we did cornflakes.
The reindeers are having oats at our house today.
Yeah.
So maybe by the time they get to your house, they'll be hungry for the corn.
You guys do way more than we do. We didn't set out anything. We have not had
We-
this about the fact that
we-
cookies.
We
We've
read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. They wanted to sleep together. I put them in bed together. They weren't in there a minute, and Sarah was out of the bed telling me Gabby wouldn't let her sleep. And I was like, you've been in there for a minute. Go back to bed. And then they were chattering, and I was kind of listening to them chatter. And then, like, 30 minutes later, I went back up there, and I was like, obviously you don't want Santa to stop at the house. And then Gabby was like, Sarah won't let me sleep. And I said, well, you can go to your bed. She goes, okay, I want to go to my bed. And Sarah goes,
Jordan.
if you get out of this bed, you'll never sleep with me again. And Gabby was like, okay.
All right, fine. You promise? Yeah.
Well,
So Gabby got out of the bed and went and got in her bed, and they fell
sounds like
out.
something Jordan would say. Jordan does not. So Jordan asked her to be in there a lot of times, and then all of a sudden it's like, she will not stop talking. And I'm like, well, tell her to go to her own room. He's like, but I wanted her to sleep with me.
Yeah.
She won't
Well,
stop
it was
talking.
like Rex the other day when we were at Garvin Gardens, and he was mad at me, and he was like, Mommy, if you don't stop, I'm not going to let you sleep with me tonight.
Done.
Oh, okay,
So
sure thing.
Are you sure?
get out. Right.
Sure. Look at all the dye on my fingers from sugar cookies. I mean, they're like, it's like, it looks like my thumbs are like.
isn't that what they do in foreign countries? After you voted, they dye your finger and your thumb.
I don't know. Do they?
Uh-huh.
Let's look
They
that up.
dye your thumb after you vote in some countries so that you don't vote again.
Talk
Oh,
about a fact of the day that's beyond drinking.
it
I've
is.
got stuff up here
It's better than
that you don't
nipples.
even want to know. That
Cover
you don't
your-
even want to know.
All right.
All right.
Well-
Well, Merry Christmas to my favorite winos. And I am so thankful for you two and this wonderful life of ours. And even though this wine sucks, the company is fantastic.
I know.
Yes.
It's so good.
We
Cheers.
love you. So are
Love
we
you.
going to rate it? Do we rate it?
Oh, yeah.
See my-
C plus.
I say C plus. I mean, I don't hate it, but
Okay.
it's not a Prosecco.
C plus is fine.
Yeah, C plus. Okay, C plus.
I think we're feeling giving because it's Christmas.
All right.
The Christmas spirit. All right, well,
That's right.
we gotta get ready for Santa Claus.
Yeah. I still have to do stockings.
Well, since this is the end of our Advent, we're gonna tell all of our many, many followers that we are not done.
We're not finished.
Pick up after Christmas, and we are going to focus on particular wines that we are interested in trying, and we will taste things. I guess bigger bottles of wine that we are interested in. We should do
So-
somewhere-
So wowies. I'm finished.
you know, things that we just want to
Yep.
discuss a little bit. So,
We're gonna educate. We're gonna educate on the next session of.
Well, I don't know if I'll educate. I'll just
I've done
commentate.
anything, I've learned that perhaps I should open my mind to other things, such as
Oh, we need to use the book. The book.
oh yeah,
the
yeah,
book. We're going to use the book.
right. So
She read it while she was traveling. You know, just she had all that.
Wine.com delivers to Arkansas. Hail
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. All right, love you, ladies. Merry Christmas.
Love you. Merry
and
Christmas.
We will
Cheers.
convene at Stephanie's birthday.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Good night. Mwah.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go apologize for losing my
Whatever.
shit for the
It's always
second
something.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Bye.
We're sorry. We're sorry.
Oh well. All right, we're done.
time. Okay.
We did it.
Yay.
24 days. Okay,
24 days.
we're done. We're off recording. So, all right. I will post. We're done, and then we're just gonna be hanging out. So whatever everybody's doing on the 26th. I think Stephanie, you're probably the only one with like major events going on.
We're still
Yeah.
recording.
I mean, my family's like, I don't know, shit with their